Hi everyone, this is Rashmi welcoming you on another episode of House of Trade. Today, we are going to see what are the various time frames on MT5 platform, what is the importance of checking different time frames, how to read candles and compare two different time frame charts. So, the time frame means it's very simple. As the name says, time. Time is time and frame means period. That means, as you can see here, we have got, you can see M1, M5, M15, M30, H1, H4, D1, W1, MN. Now, these are various options available. These are different types of time frames, meaning M1 is a 1 minute time frame. That means each candle on this chart, on the M1 chart, is of a minute. It shows the price action of 1 minute. So each candle, if you see this candle represents the open, high, low, close of 1 minute. Similarly, if you go on the M5 chart, here you see that every candle is of 5 minutes. 15 minutes candle, it shows every, candle of 15 minutes. So every candle represents 15 minutes and the price action of, within the 15 minutes. Similarly, you have M30, H1, H4, day one. Day one is D1. Okay. We are on a D1 chart at the moment. That means every candle represents a day. Okay. You have week one, that is each candle is of 1 week. And monthly candle. That means every candle, as you can see here, these are different months. Okay. So whenever you trade, it's very important for you to see which time frame you're on. Okay. Because that will help you to analyze, whether the trend is going upwards or downwards. So now, for example, if you see in the M1 chart, okay, let's go to the end here. Currently, you see that the price is declining, okay, but in the past, if you do a little, price analysis here, you see that the price was in uptrend, okay. However, currently the price seems to be falling downwards. Similarly, you have to see on the M5 chart. Okay. Now here you see that the price is more or less on the sideways. Okay. But there was a small uptrend here. And now again, the price is slipping downwards. Okay. Let's see what's there on the 15 minutes chart. Here again, you can see in the past, the price came downwards, it declined, it took an up, downwards again, and then again up, and now it's going down. Okay. Similarly, let's see on the 30-minute chart, the same thing. Okay, it's going downwards. On the H1 chart, as you can see here, went up, down, up, down, again, and then now it's going to come down. Okay. So this means, it gives you, you can say, it gives you, or maybe it helps you to make judgments or, analyze the chart in a better form. Okay. So if you go to 4 hours candle, you see that the price here seems to be rising. Okay. Let's see what's there on the daily chart. It is a bearish formation at the moment. Weekly, I can't, okay. The weekly chart, you can see that there is a decline. This is a bearish candle. Okay. So different time frames help you show the trend. So accordingly, you can take the calls, minimize your loss, and take calls accordingly, make better decisions. That's how it's going to help you. Hence, it is always important to check different time frames before taking any kind of calls. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something that's basically a comparison between two different time frames and how to read those candles. Okay. It's a simple thing that I will be showing it to you right away. As you can see, this is a handmade, I've made a small diagram of two different candlestick patterns. Okay. Now, one is a 15-minute candles and chart, and the other one is the 1 hour candle chart. Okay. If you can see, there is an open, this candle opens here. Okay. It has the highest point, closes over here. Okay. Similarly, there is another candle that opens here. Okay. Goes to the highest point. This is the highest point. Comes back down, closes here. Okay. Similarly, this third candle opens up here, goes to the lowest, comes, comes upwards and, closes here. Similarly, this candle opens at this point, goes to the highest, comes below, goes, to the lowest point and closes over here. Okay. How will these four candles show on a 1 hour chart? Each candle is 15-minute chart on this particular side. But when you see on a 1 hour candle time frame, the same candle, okay, will be shown in one candle itself. Okay. That means the highest point will be noted. This will be the high of the candle on the 1 hour candle. Okay. Then the price will open here. Okay. It will go till the highest point that is still here. Okay. And then it's going to close over here. Okay. That means the smaller the time frames, the more number of candles you can see. That means the more fluctuations you can see. And the greater the number of hours, the less candles you will see. That means lesser fluctuations you can see. Now we come to the important point, that which is the best time frame you can use for yourself to trade. Okay. This is basically a very dicey question. There is nothing like, you should be using one particular time frame or, M1 or only, or maybe M5 only, or maybe day one, or, weekly candle only, time frame only. This depends on the kind of trading you do. It completely depends on how you trade and what are the circumstances basis that you have to use the time frame. Okay. Mostly it is seen that the scalpers, people who do scalping, they use more often the M1 or an M5 or an M15, candle. If you see people who do not trade much, they will use a higher, time frames like day one, or maybe a weekly candle, or maybe a, weekly time frame, or maybe a monthly time frame. For me, I usually use a hourly candle, or maybe 4 hours time frame I usually use for trading. So that's because it depends. For example, if you don't have much of time, you cannot back and forth look at the chart patterns, and you're busy with your work. So that's the reason I chose maybe 1 hour we can just check and then go back to our work. That's how I manage the show. So it's nothing like you have to use one particular time frames. You can use different time frames. You can use one time frames, two time frames, or maybe all the time frames. But it is very important for you to see all the time frames and accordingly take the call by analyzing the trend and making correct decisions. Okay. So today, as of now, we are going to check as we saw all the time frames. Mostly it was showing, the downtrend. Hence, currently it's showing a downtrend over here. So as here also in the hourly chart also it's showing a downtrend at the moment. This is a bearish candle formation. Okay. So let me see if we take now. This is a bearish formation at the moment. If you see, if you place this line over here, or maybe at this level, okay, this is the support it had taken previously, and this was the resistance. Okay, the price went up, it went down here. Here also it is taken a support. So it may take support till here, or maybe it will touch this support as well. Okay, it can do that as well. Okay, now if I'm going to take this as the resistance, okay, so I still feel that it will come till here and then, move back. Okay, so let me see what are the points that we are going to cover. It means we are going to have from this point until this point. We have got 796 points. That means somewhere around 800 points covered. Okay. And if you consider this is 211 points. So the risk to reward ratio is somewhere around 1:2. Okay. At the moment. Hence, I feel we can take this call. Okay. So let me just take a no. The this thing is coming downwards. Hold on. This thing is coming downwards. Okay. So it's a sell call. Okay. So we cannot obviously this you will get your profit when the price goes downwards. Hence, you have to check this level here. So if this is the support, we consider this as the support. Now let's see 524 points and down below 680, 680, 700 points. Okay. So this is the trade that we can take. So if you take a sell call.
Hello, friends. Welcoming you again on House of Trades. This is Rashmi. As I mentioned to you all before, it's very important for us to go through the time frames, right? So today we are going to see how what is showing, on different time frames. What is the condition of what is the price action? Let's do a small analysis of the price action basically on different time frames. So as you can see on the minute one chart, the candle, there is a bearish formation at the moment. Okay. And let's see what's there on the M5. It's rising up as per the latest candle, but there is a downfall. Okay. So here we need to wait for another candle. Let's see here. It's still dripping down on the 30. It's dripping down steep. Let me check this again. Yes, it is. We are currently on the H1 candle. I can see that the price is dripping downwards. Similarly, on the H4, day 1, it seems to be rising according to number of days. Weekly as well. Monthly, it's declining. You can see it's declining here. It's a bearish formation. So usually, as I said, there's nothing like, you have to use one particular time frame only. It depends on the kind of trading you do. Mostly it is seen that, the scalpers, they use 1 minute or 15 minutes or, 5 minutes candle more often because, they just get into the trade and then come out with profit. Okay. Or maybe with loss. Okay. So I usually prefer a 1 hour chart or maybe a 4 hour chart. Okay. So currently, let's see on the 1 hour chart. I can see that the price is declining at the time. And the resistance at the moment is here. This is where the price, has touched and, it's resisted from here downwards. And the support it may take is till this point. Okay. This is the support it is taken. Okay. And then on this point, you can see previously also it has taken a support somewhere here. Okay. If you see here as well, it's somewhere, taken the same support. That means it's taken support once here and here as well. Okay. So there is a strong support. So the chances are that, it will hit the support at this level and it will go back. So let's consider this as the support at the time. Okay. And if you have to check for another support, it could be somewhere, isn't it? You can see here, it's taken a support here and it started to rise. Okay. And previously it has taken support over here. There's a strong support, over at this price, that is at 1.05166. That is a price. Okay. So, and the next support is somewhere around this level, somewhere here. Okay. So let's say, for example, if we take this as the support. Okay. Now, if we have to take a sell call, let's say take a sell call at the time. Now we need to adjust the stop loss and take profit. As I mentioned to you this earlier as well, it's very important for you to mention the stop loss and the take profit. Stop loss is nothing but, this is basically a term, you can say it saves you from, from more losses. Okay. You can manage your loss, and take profit is something that is called as whatever profit you want to take at that point. You can, the call will hit automatically and the call will close. So you can set those points here. So I'm just going to set that. Since it's a sell call at the time, the more the price, declines towards downwards, the more your profit will be. Okay. So now that we have set the take profit and the stop loss, I'm going to update you about the same in a short while after I get my results. Thank you.